What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
Hey, ever wanted to have sex with a 100-foot-tall giant? Well, there's a fetish for that, as Steve Jobs always used to say.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you all about that, but first, a quick word from this week's sponsor,
You know
Mack Weldon.
You love it.
Yeah, they make some damn fine underwear, socks, shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, and what have you. They use the best fabrics around, including a line of antimicrobial underwear and shirts that eliminate odor from your stinky-ass body.
Fool everyone.
It's good for working out. It's also great for just being a lazy piece of shit. So head over to MackWeldon.com now and use the promo code NEWS. You'll get 20% off your order. And if you aren't totally satisfied with your first pair of Mack Weldons for whatever reason, you can keep it. They'll still give you all your money back, no questions asked.
Thanks for sponsoring
Sounds
the show.
good.
Thanks, Mack Weldon.
Thanks.
Now on to the news. Now, like we said, there is a fetish for seemingly everything, up to and including fetishes that aren't even humanly possible. And we've talked plenty about furries. We've told you about diaper fetishes, adult babies. Now it's time to sit back and learn about macrophilia, the love of the large. And we're not talking about chubby chasing. We're not even talking about dudes who scandalously choose to date women taller than themselves. We're talking about people who want to fuck giants, like King Kong size or Attack on Titan, but sexier.
With the
terrifying.
skin still attached.
Yeah.
It's not just about wanting to have sex with the giants. There's also lots of gratification to be had by being stepped on or eaten by one of these giantesses. It's a fetish that hasn't really been studied much, but it's definitely found its niche on the internet. And Vice's Broadly site recently took a closer look into the phenomenon, focusing on a woman named Caitlin, who runs the website giantesscaitlin.com. Caitlin is not a giant. She's actually a very petite 5'2", but she's had a sexual interest in being a giantess since she was a kid, and she uses her website to post photos and videos of her shot or edited to make her appear huge, along with plenty of computer-generated imagery so that male macrophiles can get off, and she can also earn a living while doing so.
You can do anything you want.
It's the internet.
Climb up their leg,
Yeah.
grab them by the pussy. Stupid. I like the being stepped on thing. There's if anyone's seen stuff like the BME Pain Olympics, you know that there is an actual fetish out there of dudes having their genitals just crushed by girls in heels.
Yeah.
Very painful looking.
There's also a terrible fetish of watching animals get crushed, which is
Well, that
very,
has-
very bad.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. 4chan will go after those people. Anyways, her website, it's very strange, but it's also another example of how the internet brings people with similar interests together, no matter how specific those interests are. In fact, most macrophiles don't even realize that anyone else has their fetish until stumbling across websites like Caitlin. Caitlin herself says that while she always fantasized throughout her youth about crushing or eating tiny versions of people that she was dating, weird, she didn't discuss. Okay, listen, it's weird to me. It's fine if you
Not judging!
I'm not judging you. This is, listen, not for me, but for you, fine. Anyways, she didn't discover the macrophilia community until college, when everyone else does their experimentations too. She didn't find that out until college when she stumbled across some images during a Google search, or potentially watched a movie that exists.
Yeah. Some visitors Caitlin's site that Broadly talked to felt the same way. One of them, named Mark, says he recalls watching the movie Attack of the 50-Foot Woman at age 13, saying, quote, "The POV view of Allison Hayes walking across the desert was the first time I can recall being turned on. Seeing her tear the roof off the building to get at her husband overwhelmed my young brain at the time." Shortly after that, another movie called Village of the Giants did the same thing. Yeah. I can remember one of the giantesses in the movie said something like, "Oh, why don't I just step on him?" Which again, turned my underage mind on like nothing prior.
Well, he didn't just find these movies. He was probably actively seeking them at that point.
I don't know how this ended up on my TV, but I'm gonna watch all of it.
I like the idea that someone with enough money with this fetish could like contact Real Doll or something and be like, "I want a real doll."
It needs to be huge.
But it needs to be like 5 stories
It's like
tall.
my whole backyard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go nuzzle up to it.
Yeah. Crawl up and sleep in it at night.
Yeah, this fetish
Cozy.
really, it does benefit those with more money.
They should live in a house that's shaped like a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I'm sure there's
The windows could be like the nipples. You open up the nipples and you're like, "Oh, I gotta do my my rug is gotta dry it hanging out the nipple."
I'm sure there's a hotel in Amsterdam that's already set up.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, the staircase and the
Yeah.
red carpet is just a.
How do you like woman hotel?
That's not how they talk there. Anyways, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, by the way, it was a very low-budget 1958 movie about a woman who encounters a giant alien who transforms her into a giant. She then stalks the city, searching for her cheating husband, who is out on the town with his mistress, a very small mistress. It's been remade and adapted a few times since then. There's a 93 version starring Daryl Hannah as the giantess, and there's also Attack of the 60-Foot Centerfold and Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader. And Village of the Giants was a 1965 sci-fi comedy about a group of teenagers who consume a substance known as goo that grows them to 30 feet tall, and then they terrorize a small town, which is what you do.
Yeah, and they had like musical numbers in the middle because those beach...
But did they fuck?
No. But it was one of those...
Then these aren't teenagers.
Those beach party movies from the 50s where it's like a story would be happening and then all of a sudden everyone stops to like dance to like Elvis on the beach. It's got that, but with giants.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I would, they should remake this as a porn that we should direct.
Yeah.
And then they fuck, and then the guy like jizzes on the town.
Yeah.
Like, blah, like this guy's like carrying a bunch of boxes. He's coming out of the Macy's or something. Blah, just gets covered in semen.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
But then we would just like the macrophiles. They'd be all over us.
Yeah.
Make more.
All these macrophiles. There's no satisfying them.
There's no shortage in those people.
Oh. Anyway, because there aren't really any actual enormously tall women around,
Yet.
This fetish can pretty much only exist online in fantasy images and videos. In addition to Caitlin's website, we also came across a DeviantArt user named Gulliver63 who pretty much exclusively makes Simpsons-themed macrophilia images.
Yeah.
That then led us to all the other images that had the hashtag macrophile, and boy, is it a journey.
Do they get their growth from the nuclear power plant that Homer works at?
It didn't explain. It was just a lot of Marge and Maggie like holding up little Homer and being like, he's so small, why don't we eat him? Like hundreds of pictures of that.
Maggie doesn't talk.
Yeah. Or not Maggie, Lisa. It's been a while. But there's, and if you look on DeviantArt, there's plenty of same-sex macrophilia to be found. Equal opportunity.
The fucking Paul Bunyan.
Oh,
Remember
shit,
that?
yeah, we stumbled
already
across-
discovered this.
Yeah,
There's
Paul Bunyan.
The
I
gay
forgot about this.
macrophilia, where they're climbing all over his body and he has his like giant throbbing cock laying on his stomach.
There's like 5 dudes all scrubbing his dick down.
scrubbing his dick, yeah. What happens when he jizzes?
I forgot about that, yeah. So, this is for the gays too. It's not just a straight thing.
No, it's for everyone.
And there's like a lot of crossover with other fetishes. There's a lot of giant furries and also giant feet.
Let me ask you a question though. These people, these macrophiles, how much did they love Honey, I Blew Up the Kid? When he's walking through Vegas?
As a child.
Well, he's a big child. I'm just saying.
A young child.
I'm just saying it might be one of their like hidden, like, whenever I want to get real nasty, I bring out the Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Anyway,
Yeah.
There's lots of media out there, intended and unintended. There's short stories, comic strips, you name it. And while it can't live up to the real thing, there are plenty of abnormally tall women out there that you can pay to sit on you, step on you, and just all around dominate you, like the tiny boy you are.
I gotta find that video. Use the clip from it.
I found it.
Okay, good.
Her name was Haley, I think.
Yeah, she swung you around like a little rag doll.
Yeah, she was 6'7". She made me sit on her lap.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. I did not get off on it. I was terrified.
Till later.
I got off on it later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like,
Then he built a little.
I was so small.
Built
She
a
was so
little
big.
like town out of all the. You can go to the train supply stores and buy those little like miniatures.
Yeah.
They're just walking through, just jerking off all over them.
I'm so big.
Yeah.
And they're so small.
Lady coming out of a bakery holding a cake.
Yeah.
Just going about her day. Just gets hit with Elliot's jizz. Bam! What happened, honey? Oh, a fucking giant come down me in the way.
Giant come down me again.
Anyways, because of the physical limitations of this kind of fetish, according to The Independent, there's a lot of interest on macrophile message boards about the possibilities for VR with this kind of thing. One person wrote, "It removes the physical reality, so this could be the next step to being immersed in our macrophilia/giantess fetish." And another wrote, "The possibilities are endless. Can you imagine how it would feel to be sitting in front of a giant? I couldn't handle it." So I guess that's something to look forward to. VR will help with a lot of fetishes that people can't actually have.
It's
gonna be huge.
It's VR. With every technological progress and step forward, people don't think they get tunnel vision for all the big flashy mainstream things. You don't think about the implications for everyone else.
What about like Jack and the Beanstalk? Do they love that?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh no, he's chasing me.
Oh God, I wish I hadn't climbed this beanstalk.
Oh, these magic beans.
Oh no, he's trapped me in a cup.
That's fucking intense.
Yeah.
They would love that. Like, that's something innocuous that they could really have.
Yeah.
Like, just like...
It's
could
a
you
cool
imagine,
fetish because you can get off on things and other people
normal
aren't
people,
even
like,
aware
they're
of
not
it.
even thinking about it.
Oh, he just loves Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, like the people over at the Jack and the Beanstalk content factory are like, man, we sure are getting a lot of letters from people that want a VR experience based around Jack and the Beanstalk. I guess we should make one. It's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
I support it. Fucking what's his name? Where all the little guys tie him
Paul
down to
Bunyan.
the ground? No. There's the one where what is it?
Oh,
is it
Gulliver's
Travels?
That's the DeviantArt guy. His name was Gulliver, and
yeah.
I read another article, I think on Alternate, where a guy.
Oh, alternate.
Yeah, the guy was saying that Gulliver's Travels, like he watched a cartoon of that when he was a kid. He's like, I have a boner.
How did that guy not get a boner the whole time they were tying him down? Oh God. So what's the difference between like being a giant? Are there people that have a fetish for being the giant?
Yeah, well they're part of the same fetish. They're the yin and the yang.
I'd be more into being the giant.
Yeah, when you're the giant, it's macrophilia, sort of.
It's like a power trade thing.
There's debate in the community among whether you're tiny and the other person's normal, or whether you're normal and the other person's huge.
Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're teenagers in that first one, so they can like at least two of them are. Mm-hmm. So like that's something you can get off to.
Oh man, that ant almost ate him.
Yeah. Oh God. French class. Anyways, now that you've sort of learned about macrophilia, let's move on to another huge story. We are less than 2 weeks away from this goddamn election, and people are still losing their minds and taking out their anger about the whole thing through public displays of disrespect towards the candidates. First, there were the naked Trump statues. Last week, there was a naked Hillary statue. And then this week, some guy went down to Hollywood Boulevard, capital of just...
bullshit.
Yeah, and destroyed Donald Trump's Walk of Fame star with a pickaxe. It happened just before sunrise on Wednesday morning, and as fate would have it, a journalist from Deadline Hollywood just happened to be walking past and caught a bunch of it on video. And as you can see, he pretty much erased Donald Trump from that sidewalk.
However, he didn't exactly accomplish what he set out to do. The man, Jamie Otis, who willingly gave his name to the Deadline reporter who stumbled on his stunt, said that he was actually trying to remove the entire star from the sidewalk intact so that he could auction it off and donate the money to the women that have been accusing Donald Trump of sexual assault. It's unclear how he thought he could actually get away with that, but alas, the star wouldn't budge, so he just decided to smash it up as much as he could. Mm-hmm. What's kind of troubling is just how easily he was able to do as much as he did. He literally just showed up with cones, a reflective orange vest, and some caution tape, and he only really attracted attention to himself when people started noticing whose specific name was on the star that he was destroying.
Also, once he got aggravated with trying to pry up the whole thing, he just started violently attacking with the pickaxe.
But it
came off pretty quick.
Yeah, you buy yourself an orange vest and some cones, you can get away with a lot.
Now, he's since been arrested and charged with felony vandalism and could face up to 3 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines if found guilty. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is property of the city of LA, so that can't be good for his case. But anyway, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, the nonprofit local business organization that oversees the Walk of Fame, has already gotten to work replacing Trump's star, which should be back and extra shiny by next week. Now, you may be wondering, though, just why the hell Donald Trump has a star on the Walk of Fame in the first place. The simple answer is that he hosted and executive produced The Apprentice, which falls under the broadcast television category of Walk of Fame stars. He was given his star in 2007 after several huge seasons of his hit reality competition show.
Mm-hmm. The more complicated answer, though, is that the Walk of Fame, like much of all of the Hollywood area, is kind of a sham.
Yeah.
People or their representatives have to actually apply for a Walk of Fame star, and whether they get one comes down to, of course, whether or not the person is worthy of one, but also mainly whether or not the person getting a star is willing to donate $30,000 to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and show up for an unveiling ceremony. It's all in the interest of maintaining tourism to Hollywood, despite the fact that Hollywood is objectively trash and all of the major film studios left the area for other parts of LA decades ago. The place has nothing to do with cinema anymore.
Yeah.
There's plenty of big names like Clint Eastwood, Julia Roberts, George Clooney, all of whom are objectively more suitable for a Hollywood star than Donald Trump, who don't give a shit about the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and they don't have stars because they're like, who needs it? Dennis Hopper, another great actor, he only has a star because the Starz channel applied for and paid for it as promotion for the TV show Crash.
Fine.
All right, I'll do it.
Anyways, yeah, it's a terrible part of town. You shouldn't visit when you come. There's lots of better places.
They should bulldoze all the stars.
Yeah, get rid of them. Anyways, having people's names immortalized on a sidewalk that thousands of people walk on every day in a part of LA that's full of mentally unstable people, that's led to all sorts of vandalism over the years, including successful thefts of a few stars. So this latest Trump incident isn't all that surprising. especially considering his star has been a target for ongoing vandalism since the beginning of his campaign. It had the word racist written on it with a Sharpie before, and then the words "Don't Vote" written above his name. It also had been stencil spray painted with a big mute symbol. That one was pretty funny.
I like that.
And it's even had a cute little wall built around it to mock all of Trump's talk of a Mexican border wall. Every time, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce has it repaired, and at this point, regardless of their political leanings, we have to imagine that they're kind of hoping Trump loses just so they don't have to constantly keep paying to repair his star for the next 4 years. Or get rid of it.
But he paid for that star. He did the ceremony.
I wish he would have done the Chinese theater thing so his tiny little hands could be immortalized forever.
Ew. See, his hands aren't actually that small. They're just small for someone who's 6'3" like he is.
And big.
They're about the same size as my hands. I saw a stencil. I'm like, okay. But
Your hands are a little bit bigger.
he's like this tall, so
Yeah.
you'd expect
And a
him
bit
to
wider.
have big hands, and he has normal hands.
Yeah, he hasn't grown into his hands.
Yeah, they're still growing.
Yes.
So one new security solution from the world of bike locks might actually be worth looking into for protecting Trump's Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Over on Indiegogo, there's a crowdfunding campaign underway for a product called the Skunk Lock, and they're marketing it as the only bike lock that fights back.
Finally.
Basically, it looks and functions the same as any normal U-shaped bike lock, but if anyone tries to cut through the lock with a saw or angle grinder, that will breach a pressurized compartment inside the lock and release a noxious chemical gas that Skunk Lock creators say induces vomiting in the majority of cases.
Good.
Yeah.
I used to think that Viper ad in the 90s meant an actual CGI Viper would come out and bite people if they tried to go near your car.
If only.
Didn't happen. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Bike theft is a serious problem in pretty much every major city, and on YouTube you can find loads of videos of people just cutting bike locks in broad daylight, surrounded by witnesses who don't do anything. Even the best bike locks simply mean that the thief will have to spend just a little extra time trying to steal it. So as ridiculous as this is, maybe making thieves puke uncontrollably is the answer. People on Indiegogo seem to think so, at least. The project has already raised over $30,000 in backing, way more than their initial goal of $20,000. And this is what crowdfunding is all about, making products that the lamestream eggheads won't.
Yeah.
Of course, China will steal this idea and put it to market before
Yeah, and
anyone
they'll
else
put
can.
actual like lead poison in it.
Yeah, they'll kill the thief.
It'll kill the thief.
I remember the last time I got my bike stolen, because it's happened many times.
Yes, it's
was,
a matter of time.
I locked it up right out in front of the Hollywood Cemetery where you can go see movies in the
Oh
summertime.
yeah, it'll be gone in minutes.
I came out, it was just a frame. Everything was gone except for just the frame was still tied to the iron bars.
Yeah.
It was not broad daylight, but hundreds of people.
Oh
were out.
yeah, they do it.
They're brave.
Like downtown Hollywood, like.
If I had a nice bike, I wouldn't lock it up outside at all.
No, that's why people bring their bikes inside their house or inside their job because they're like, it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, though, let's move on to the second half of our show where we shine a light on some of the most absurd actual news headlines that we came across this past week, starting with man stops at In-N-Out drive-thru during police chase.
It's gonna be his last one. You might as well make it good.
Yeah,
I'd do the same thing. Although you'd be sitting there for 40 minutes trying to get the burger.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Did he successfully make it through and get the food?
No, he panicked and he ran away and they caught him.
Just throw me one.
Yeah. If he was smart, he would have gone inside
And
the
just
In-N-Out.
took someone's tray.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be waiting for a while. I mean, it's good, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
I need one maybe once every month or so to hold me up.
Yeah, you gotta space it out.
Yeah.
And then it's
Otherwise, it's not
real
special.
good.
Like Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
Get a Chick-fil-A every once in a while.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
But yeah, it's like if you know you're going to prison, you've given up, you're like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna get out of this. Why not have a delicious meal before they chain
Or
you up?
on the way, just murder someone in cold blood, because then you'll get your final meal. You can request whatever you want.
Yeah, well, you'll get it
In 40
30
years.
or 40 years, or yeah.
You still get it?
They're trying to ban the death penalty here in California, and I think it's a good idea because we have it, but we don't actually kill anyone.
We don't
What's
use
the point?
And it costs more to keep it in
Yeah,
cars.
you got to use it or lose it. I think we should
I'll
lose
vote
it.
for the expedited process.
Yeah.
Just kill him.
Yeah, if we were doing it like Texas, where they just throw them in a fucking gas chamber.
We're terrible.
I don't
That's
agree.
really bad.
I might not agree with it morally, but at least they do it. They say they're gonna kill the people and they kill them. Over here, they're like, yeah, we do it, but they haven't killed anyone in like 20
Yeah,
years.
put up or shut up,
Yeah.
California. Anyways, let's move on. Kim Jong-un claims he drank 10 bottles of Bordeaux wine in one night. Of course he did. Yeah, this is like, he's trying to figure out things that he can do that his dad didn't say he did.
Yeah.
Hole in one on golf, can't say that. Bordeaux.
Yeah, it's like, what? That's such a just like
Also a very specific one.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm a freshman in college and I'm trying to impress my frat bros sort of boast.
Drink a whole box.
Bro. It was, the story comes from the Kim family's sushi chef for like 10 years was this guy from Japan. And then that guy eventually escaped back to Japan on a shopping trip to buy more fish or something.
Yeah.
And he's just stayed in Japan, but apparently the time heals all wounds, and now he goes back and visits the Kims every like year or so, and they're like, oh, hey, buddy, welcome back.
Hey, who thought you were gonna drink 10 bottles in one night? What do you think about that?
They were like drinking Bordeaux, and Kim's like, oh, how do you like that wine? And he's like, it's pretty good. And he's like, yeah, I drank like 10 bottles of it the other night.
I love how it's like he's just telling little white lies, but the fact that he's like a dictator of a huge like country is like, yeah, he's saying that. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bro, I had 10 bottles.
Yeah.
Didn't even get drunk. Still ran the country.
He still ran the country just fine. They said I couldn't do it. But I did it.
10,000 scrotum frogs die mysteriously in Lake Titicaca.
I remember looking up Lake Titicaca in the 90s when Beavis and Butthead used to say it. That can't be real. It is.
It is. It's South America. And the frogs look like scrotums.
Yeah.
They have
ball sack frogs?
Yeah, they have a very unfortunate adaptation that makes their skin saggy to like absorb moisture
What
or
are
something.
the balls?
No, their whole body is a ball, is a scrotum.
Okay.
They just look like a
Little hopping scrotums?
green scrotum. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Now they're all dying because of pollution.
Well, that's probably for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did I become the evil one in this episode?
I mean, maybe some animals deserve to not be extinct more than
Hey,
others.
put up or shut up.
Yeah.
You say pollution kills animals. At least they're proving it.
Speaking of animals that need to die, newly discovered bug boasts 4 penises, 200 poison glands, and 414 legs.
Now, I know you're imagining like some kind of fucked up dragon in your mind that is just the most sinister looking
It's
thing
just
ever.
a tiny little
That
millipede.
just fucks people to death with all its legs and penis.
4 dicks!
But it looks like a fucking worm.
Yeah, it's like an inch long.
Yeah.
It's just a little cave millipede.
If it's got 4 dicks.
But if you look at it real close, it's scary. It's got a lot of little legs.
It literally sounds like something that Kim Jong-un would say about himself.
Oh, yeah,
I have 4 penises. I got 4 dicks.
Yeah.
I'd show you, but that'd be weird. Ask my wife. Yeah, he does. He's got 4 dicks.
Yeah.
He fucks me with all of them. They're all great.
He has 4 dicks.
I come 4 times.
Yeah. You drink 10 bottles of Bordeaux.
It's the only way he can get off with his 4 dicks.
Apparently he eats so much that he has gout, which I love.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
He's a grown-up version of Bobby Hill.
He is.
I got 4 dicks.
I run this country, my dad's country.
I drank 10 bottles of wine. I don't know you. Urine is eroding the world's tallest church tower. Is there a toilet right at the top?
No, it's in Germany, in the city of
Yeah.
and it's all these churches. It's in the town center. They built towns around them, and people
just piss on 'em?
People get drunk on the weekends, and they're like, I'll piss on the first object I see, and then of course the big ass fucking church.
Blasphemy aside, why aren't people regulating this? Like, isn't there like they get pissed on so much they can't have someone like put a CCTV camera up or catch people doing this?
They're doing stuff. They're taking measures, but apparently after like decades of being the go-to piss spot next to all the bars, it's like sinking. The stones, like
God.
structural integrity is
Gross.
is losing. Yeah. So think about that next time you pee on a church.
Yeah, think before you pee on a church. Who's peeing on churches? Ugh.
Student jumps from second floor school window to avoid test, cops say.
Pretty sure they're gonna have to
She sure
retake
did.
that
Yeah,
test.
probably.
Hey, you're in the hospital now. You might as well take this.
It was the PSAT, which I don't even think has any real like consequences.
I just didn't want to do it.
I'm pretty sure the PSAT, at least when I took it, it was like a preparation test for the test you would take at the end of high school.
Was this a dramatic exit? Was it like, I'm gonna do it, and then, or was it
No.
like sneaking out and trying to like hold on and climb down?
It sounds like she tried to sneak out, ended up falling out a window, and then was like, oh God, help, ooh, ooh. But yeah.
And the cops got involved. Women nearing equality with men in alcohol consumption.
We did it.
Yeah.
The future
Speaking of
is
drinking lots
female.
of wine.
Yeah, it's not good news either. It's like, oh, now all of the alcohol-related health problems that used to only affect men, now we're getting them from men and women equally.
What do you mean? I can't get cirrhosis. I'm a woman. No,
When have you ever heard of a woman dying from liver cancer?
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is what happens when you start paying them more. They go out and spend money on alcohol.
Yeah.
That's why Donald Trump is gonna nip it in the bud.
He's gonna repeal that 19th, 18th, all the other
Hell,
amendments.
repeal all the amendments.
Do it.
Why would you have to amend something that's perfect? Is what he'll say.
That's right. People actually believe that.
Yeah, I know. Sad.
Drunk Texas A&M student hits cop car while taking nude Snapchat photo, police say.
I like that they added that it was a nude photo.
Well,
They couldn't
she
say
was-
he was on Snapchat.
It was a woman.
Oh, she was on Snapchat.
Yeah, she was driving drunk with like a wine bottle, full of wine.
This is what's happening.
Yeah, so she's driving drunk, no shirt, no bra, completely topless, driving, taking a Snapchat selfie for her boyfriend, and crashed into a cop car. This girl's a fucking legend, bro.
People will be talking about her for years.
Yeah. I think.
Hasn't her boyfriend seen her boobies before, though?
Well, yeah, but it's the thought that counts.
You're gonna get these when I get home.
like-
Drive faster.
Hey, send me some of those.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, I'm pretty. You're the boyfriend, I'm the girl.
No.
Hey, I'm so. Oh man, went out to Flanagan's tonight and had a few too many wine spritzers.
How your tits look?
I mean, I'm really.
Send me a pic.
No, I'm really horny right now, but I just gotta get home first. That's the thing, and it's gonna take a while. I gotta call an Uber, and then I gotta
Send me
wait
a
for
tit pic to hold me over.
No.
I'll get really hard for when you show up.
No, it's, the thing is, it's like.
Take a tit pic, or we
but
break up.
I can't take the pic in an Uber, and I don't want to drive home because I'm drunk. And,
Fine, I'll just text Becky, your friend.
No, stop! Don't do that. I'll get in the car. I'll drive home.
Take the tit pic.
Hold on. Let me just reposition my foot here, and then. Oh my God! A cop!
We're breaking up.
And then they broke up.
You've embarrassed me.
North Carolina judge convicted of trying to bribe federal agent with Bud Light.
It's currency, and I mean, it's Bud Light doesn't say America on it.
Yeah.
The Bud Light's still normal.
Because you wouldn't want something to say America Light.
This guy, judge.
That would be Canada.
His friend, an FBI agent, he was like, hey, I'll give you 2 24 packs of Bud Light if you just use your secret FBI technology to give me the phone records of my wife, who I think is cheating on me. And the guy's like, sure, I love Bud Light. And
I would have done it for free, but hell, Bud Light sounds good.
And now the judges, his lawyers being like, well, he didn't know it was illegal. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking judge. I don't know if that defense really works.
No.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Speaking of bad defenses, because you said you didn't know something, we're talking about Hillary Clinton in the next one. Madonna offers oral sex to anyone voting for Hillary Clinton. So she's gonna blow like half the country?
I think she
At
has
least
to.
half the country?
She said it. She has to do it now.
Yeah.
Thanks. She's gonna pull those teeth out, get down on them.
Is she gonna do it with a British accent?
Yeah. I'll suck your dick. You know, I was married to Guy Ritchie for 2 years. I pretty much learned the British accent when I did that. Love that 80s Madonna, though.
Yeah. She looked great.
She had nothing to prove.
She looked great.
She looked great. She
Yeah.
sung great.
She had those cone bras.
Yeah.
See, people like the Giants. I liked Madonna when I was growing up. That's how old I am.
Yeah. She's a material girl.
In a material world.
Yeah. Vancouver resident finds naked man in his kitchen making eggs.
What's so wrong with that?
It's the only way I can get off is if I break into people's houses naked and cook eggs.
Oh, okay, I see.
No,
He
I
was
don't
in
know.
someone else's house.
Yeah, someone else's house.
I thought someone was just reporting him for naked egg cooking in his house.
No.
Oh, well, that makes it illegal.
But he was like in the next room playing video games. He could hear it, but he thought it was his roommate. And then he went up to go to the kitchen. He was like, wait, who the fuck are you? And why have you been making eggs in my kitchen for the last 20 minutes?
Did he have a boner?
I didn't say. Dangerous next to an open stove with no covering.
Oh,
on them.
yeah.
I've had bacon grease stains last for years.
Stains?
Or scars.
I never wash.
Yeah.
Well, do it in your own house if you want to be risky, I guess. Was he drunk?
They didn't say.
He probably was. Woman mistakes town meeting for Donald Trump rally and smears 30 cars with smooth peanut butter in protest. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
30 cars?
Yeah.
Dumb.
It was like a meeting of a local, just some local, environmentalist group or something like that. And she's like, a bunch of people in one place must be Donald Trump. She also had a blood alcohol thing of 4 times the legal limit.
I like how you gathered all these drunk women stories after that one.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to prove a point that
We report on a lot of
too
drunk
far.
guys doing bad
Yeah.
things.
You want equality?
You got it.
You got it. Equal rights, equal drunk weekly weird stories.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways, yeah, she's if you would have used crunchy peanut butter, it would have been. It's harder to get off. You're gonna scratch the car when you try to get it off.
Yeah.
That's the sinister thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to give anyone any ideas.
No, just don't. What are you doing? Even if it was a Trump rally, what are you trying to prove with the peanut butter?
You know, I can't even think of it.
No. Kansas ends bad economic news by not reporting it.
Good. That's the media on your side.
They tried a new trickle-down economics thing because we all know trickle-down economics works.
Yes.
Of course, didn't work, and so the state of Kansas is like, well, we'll just stop releasing economic reports as often.
It really bums people out.
Yeah.
It's like the White House when they had to talk about the Obamacare thing. They're like, yeah, so here's this. Anyways, that's it for today. Oh, by the way, premiums are going to raise by 25%.
Yeah. No one likes to be the bearer of bad news, especially when it goes against your promises that everything's going to be great.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's the last headline. London's newest skyscraper ridiculed for resemblance to male genitalia.
It really does.
Thanks for catching up. We've had things that fuck the sky for years.
This one's great, though, because not only is it a skyscraper that looks like a dick from the ground,
Yeah.
the dick shape is actually, when you're looking down on it from above, so from the sky, it's like it has two little towers and
Yeah.
then one other tower that's more oval
Does
shaped.
it have a slit in the middle?
No, but I'm sure someone will
the
go up there with a
fucking
spray can.
macrophilias are gonna love this.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could just sit on that.
They should call it the Paul Bunyan Tower.
Yeah. If you want to see one in America that looks like that, look no further than the state capital of Florida. It has 2 balls and a giant shaft.
It's a dick?
Yeah. Also, the Washington Monument is a phallic symbol.
Well, all buildings really are. Just trying to fuck the sky.
Yeah.
Just like
But
God
seriously,
intended.
like the state house in Tallahassee, Florida, is a dick and 2 balls.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, for a state that's shaped like a dick, why not?
Yeah. It's America's Wang.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's it for the show. Watch our Tech News Day episode. AT&T bought Time Warner, or they're trying to at the very least. We also did a podcast with the creators and voices of Legends of Chamberlain Heights. There's also some new fan art for you to check out right now on the screen. If you want to submit your own,
So pretty.
go to our Twitter accounts, do it, click all the things, subscribe. We love you. Stay weird, I guess.
Bye.